Guys, it's Kelly from Awakened Health Abundant Life, and I wanted to do this video for you today about what you believe you actually are and bring your awareness to when we fight for our limitations, because this is something like totally paradigm shifting when we can do this for ourselves. So what do I mean by fighting for our limitations? What that looks like is when we're having a conversation with somebody, or even with ourselves when we're driving in the car and we're talking, because we do that, and something comes out of your mouth like, I can't afford that, I can't do that, I can't do it this year, I can't afford you because I can't invest in myself, I don't have the talent, I'm not gonna start that new business or go out on my own because I feel like I don't have what it takes. I can't afford it, I can't afford it, I can't afford it, I can't afford it. That's everyone's story. Or maybe it's something else, like I don't have the talent, I don't have the ability, they're not going to like me, they're not going to respond. Whatever the hell the limitation is. First of all, how does that feel? It feels horrible. It's heartbreaking, because these are like heartbreaking stories that we feed ourselves. And we know that they're stories because of the feedback system that's happening, that like twisting, sinking feeling in your gut, in your heart, where it just feels horrible or frustrating to say that or to think about it. And it feels horrible because it's not true. But we at the core level, at our nervous system level, we believe that that's the way that life is, right? We believe that is actually our reality. And what's happening is, when someone might challenge us and say, well, maybe we could look at your other resources, or, maybe we could help you shift something, and you respond with, something came up. And you respond with, well, no, you don't understand my situation. You don't understand what it's like for me. You don't understand what I have going on and why I can't. You don't understand my health or whatever it is that you've been telling yourself. That is you literally fighting for your small story of yourself, your small story of your capacity, your small story of who you are. Do you really want to spend the rest of your life doing that? No, nobody wants to do that. That feels horrible. And that's exactly why we have coping mechanisms like eating and drinking and like hanging out way too long on social media, or over shopping or gambling or over exercising, right? Because we feel so terrible inside with these things that are running through our nervous system and working in the back of our mind, that we feel trapped, and we feel like we have no way out and we can't change it, right? So we pick up these coping mechanisms which don't help things at all. So how do we begin to shift this? Well, first of all, you have to be aware of your story. You have to catch yourself right when it comes out of your mouth, right? Because you're saying it because at the core level, at your core nervous system level, you actually feel like you are coming up short. You feel like maybe you don't have what it takes. You feel like you don't have money, like you feel poor. You feel like you maybe got shafted, right? You feel like you can't fix this. All those feelings, they're very relevant inside the body. And I say relevant because those are exactly the pieces we need to pay attention to, the things that feel terrible. The feeling that maybe you got gypped because of your childhood or whatever. Those are stories. But they're stories that we can stop telling ourselves. And we dissolve those stories by using mind-body techniques to get them out of our nervous system, because the universe is responding to our energy. The universe is always just responding to our energy. So it's not our words, it's our energy. It's our deep core feelings. The action that we're taking out in the world is to try to overcome these feelings of coming up short, of I don't have what it takes, of I'm stupid, I'm ugly, whatever your I'm poor. Did I already say that? Because that's a big one for people. Whatever that story is that feels so horrible, the action that we're taking out in the world is a way for us to somehow overcome the story. But does it work? No. Because all the action that you've taken in your life, do you now feel like you got it together? Do you feel abundant? Do you feel like now you can do it? Probably not. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we have to face the truth and the reality of it, that we have to fix it at the nervous system level. And the first step of that is really just to be aware of the stories that you're telling yourself, because the stories that you're telling yourself of I can't, I don't have it, I don't have what it takes, is that really true about you? Probably not. That's not true about you, and you wouldn't ever want someone to tell you, hey, you can't, you don't have what it takes. You would never want anyone to say that, because in your heart you know it's not true. But those stories create a box, and some people's box is this big, and some people have bigger boxes, and everywhere in between. And what happens is those stories, they make us take action only within the parameters of the box, right? So this means maybe I'm only going to buy the really cheap groceries, like the food that really nobody should actually eat, but it's only $1. I'm going to buy the cheapest of everything. I'm going to put myself out there, but not really. I'm going to give myself the smallest, teeniest, tiniest little living arrangement accommodation that I possibly can, right? We take action and live and choose for ourselves in accordance to what our little boxes that we've created, okay? And there's nothing wrong with any of that. But if it doesn't feel good, or if you're saying I'm happy with just a little bit, I just need a little bit, I just need enough to get by and then I'm happy, I'm going to call the bullshit flag on that, because that's a bunch of crap, right? That's our way of doing mental gymnastics to be okay with our story of scarcity, because at some level we feel like we don't know how to fix it, or that it's not going to change, or we don't have the capacity to change it. But we don't need to live that way, because everybody on the planet, you can have anything, and it's not about having stuff like big houses and cars and stuff. It's not about that. It's about having what you want and doing what you want and showing up the way you want without making your energy super small and hiding yourself and saying, oh, I'll just have a little bit, just give me a little bit, just throw me some breadcrumbs and I'm gonna be okay. It's about not doing that, right? It's about having what you want without compromising and shrinking yourself down. Because inside of you, you have this big, huge potential. And there's so much inside of you. If you could see how big your energy is and the potential that you have, you would just be in absolute awe of yourself. So it's we have to take ourselves like a beach towel and snap us until we blow back up into our body, like one of those big wavy blow up things. So you blow back up into your body and claim your space and claim your right to be here, and go, holy shit, what have I been doing? I've been crushing myself down and making myself so small and small and small and small and small, like the Incredible Shrinking Person. And your energy is actually doing that and is literally killing you. It's physically shutting your body down. We do that to ourselves. And if you can just snap yourself to start and say, no, the world, everything in the world and the universe is available to me. It's available to you. You have this amazing potential. And if you could, for a moment, let your heart reach out into that and actually ask for what you want, and actually be in touch with what you want, what your heart wants, in the way that you want to expand, your whole life would change, because it is going to be radically different than the things you are doing, thinking, and choosing in this moment. Okay? If you could, for a moment, cut your box into 1,000,000 pieces and flatten that sucker, and give yourself a moment to rise above limitations, just energetically in your mind, and say, okay, now what would I choose? it would be completely different than what you're choosing now. And that is the life that I want you to have. That is exactly what you're supposed to have. That's what you came to this planet to experience. But we've got to get rid of the stories. You've got to catch yourself when you start to say it, when you start to fight for it, when you feel the jealousy, the anger, the resentment, the smallness, the frustration, the depression, the helplessness, the hopelessness, whatever it is, the heartbreaking story that you have been feeding yourself, telling you that you can't and it's not available to you. You feel where you feel it in your body, and you start to dissolve that stuff because it's in your nervous system. And when you dissolve that energy that's in your nervous system of those old stories, the universe is automatically going to respond. The universe is always just responding to you. It's always just saying yes, 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 yes. So when we begin to take away those stories, the person that we're meant to be is actually in us already. We don't have to go out and make it happen. We just have to get rid of everything that's not actually us. You know, like Michelangelo, when he carves the sculpture out of the rock, right? He's just taking away everything that's not the sculpture. And ultimately with this work, that's what we're doing, so that your radiant being can just be there. And you naturally draw things to you. You don't have to fight for them. You don't have to strive. You don't have to struggle for anything. Things will just come to you. And the most ancient teachings, spiritual teachings, taught us that, right? It is a truth. It is a universal truth. So what I want for you, what I'm going to offer you is first the recommendation to begin to catch yourself in your story, in your actions that are in alignment with some sort of limitation, you know, where you hold yourself back. Catch yourself there. Next, snap yourself. You know, where you have to jump up and go, okay, here I am, and you press your energy out and you claim your freaking right to be here. Get back in your body and claim your space. Claim your right to be here, and not in any pushy, egoic sense, but just claim your body, claim your energy, your right to be here, your right to have things, your right to experience things. Claim it for yourself. Claim your greatness. Whatever that's going to be for you, even if you don't know yet, that's okay. Just claim it and say, I know there's something so great inside me, and I am so willing to understand what that is, because that's what I came here for, and that is my energy. This is what my heart and my soul are screaming for, right? The next thing I'm offering you is a free meditation with me. So it's going to be this week. It's coming right up. And the only way to get notification of it is to get on my email list. I'm going to send out an email. I'm not going to post it on Facebook, and I'm not going to post it on Instagram. Get on my email list at www.kellymlibby.com. And what we're going to do in this meditation, it's going to be short, it's going to be sweet, but I'm going to take you to the frequency of where you actually live, the bigger, more expansive place of you actually lives, above and beyond your stories. And it might be a place that you've never, ever, ever, ever visited before, but it is from that place that you can actually see who you really are and what is really meant for you and what it is your heart and soul call for. Right? Because this is like a great mystery to so many people. I don't even know what I want. I don't know, because I can't see beyond this freaking box that I put myself in. So this is life-changing. Life-changing. So you don't want to miss this. This could change your entire trajectory, this simple meditation. So if you can't make the free live cast, it's going to be on webcast. If you can't make it, that's okay. Still sign up, because you'll get a link for the replay. Okay? So I hope this was useful. I love you guys. You deserve the absolute best, and the world is waiting for you, because you are important. Okay, I could go on, but I won't. That's all. Love you guys. Bye.